day 2 of IBC. So there's 2 quarterfinal rounds. We played the first round last night and then we play the second round tonight. I am having my coffee. I was able to sleep in this morning, thankfully, because yesterday I woke up at 6 a.m. for absolutely no reason. So I'll do a little recap of yesterday. I'll do a little story time of how I got involved in competing in IBC with this band. So I'll start from the beginning. In order to get to IBC, you have to win a local level competition. And this band, Reckless and Blue, who I'm at IBC with now, won that competition in Colorado a couple months before I met them. They won the competition, they were super excited, they were going to Memphis, and then they found out that their singer Shonda Fry would not be able to make the trip to Memphis with them. And each band, according to the Blues Society, is allowed to have a sub to bring to the competition. So I had not met any of these folks, and I went to a blues jam at the Rusty Bucket in Lakewood, shout out, and I sang, and Shonda happened to be there and heard me sing and approached me after my set and said, I think you should fill in for me in Memphis with my band. So I am the sub in this band, and I have been practicing really hard and learned all their songs and working with them, and I've sat in on all their gigs leading up until now so that I could be prepared to compete with them this week. And last night was the first night of that, and it went really well. I think we did as well as we possibly could. I do not envy those judges. There were a ton of really, really good bands. Like, we sat down and like the first band that took the stage, I was like, dang, they're really good. And then it was like a lot of other bands after that. I was like, dang. There were probably 4 or 5 bands that I was like, oh, they're definitely making it to the semifinals. And then I was like, well, I don't think they can take that many bands. So I don't envy those judges. They have their work cut out for them. I'm just honored to have participated in the competition at all and gotten to play on Beale Street. Last night was amazing. It was really cool to hear the other bands. There is a very tight schedule for this competition because there's so many bands playing. I think I'll have to count how many bands there were, but I feel like there was like 10 last night in our venue alone. Each band gets a strict 25-minute time cap on their set. Like, you get docked a point for every 10 seconds that you go over that time. And then there's a strict 10-minute transition time in between bands, which they were a little bit flexible with at our venue. I hear that some venues are like, it's your time to start, I don't care if you're ready kind of thing. But our venue, like, there were a couple bands that had some technical issues and took a little bit longer to set up, and it didn't seem like, I mean, maybe they got docked points, but it didn't seem like they were penalizing. But it did create a situation where we'd get a little bit behind and a little bit behind. So I think it ended up being probably about 45 minutes behind for the whole night, which it started at 5 o'clock and the last band was done at like midnight. So that's a lot of hours of blues. I love the blues, but I was bluesed out at the end of the night. So today there is a Women in Music showcase that's happening like all day, so I definitely want to pop into that, and I don't know if I'm allowed to video, but I'll take you with me if I can. I'm just trying to like suck up all of the experiences while I'm here. I think some of my friends are going to come tonight to Beale Street to hear me perform, which is going to be really cool. They're my friends when I lived in Memphis, so they're local here, but I wasn't really gigging when I was in Memphis. It was kind of COVID times. So this is going to be their first time hearing me live with a band. Last night, the venue was really cool, but there were people smoking inside. I don't know if you're allowed to do that, but they weren't being stopped. So I'm feeling a little bit husky just from breathing in a lot of cigar smoke. But we do what we must. I'm going to have a bunch of tea. I'm going to put a bunch of steam on my vocal cords. I'm going to do a really light, easy warm-up. I'm going to take it pretty easy and rest my voice as much of today as I can. And I will catch up with you guys later. All right, I'm gonna walk over to this Women in Music showcase and see what is going on. I will let you guys know. Ooh, this is gonna be the dress for tonight. I'll show you later. So heading to the Women in Music showcase, and it's actually at Alfred's, which is where we're playing tonight and last night, and where the check-in was. So I'm gonna get real used to being in Alfred's, man. I found Kim. We're gonna watch the Women in Music showcase together. Just popping in because I got back from the Women in Blues showcase and it was awesome, and I'll tell you guys more about it later. But I got to start getting ready and get my voice warmed up and all the things, so we will talk soon. Sporting my Women in Blues pin, and I got, where's my keychain thing? Got my Women in Blues keychain. Love it. There were some really cool musicians tonight. Back in the hotel room, back in my bathrobe. I got my hair curled. I'm gonna do some steam, and then I'm going to put my makeup on and get my dress on and get ready to go. I started curling my hair and it literally smelled like a barbecue smoker, so that's how you know that I'm doing Memphis right. So I will catch up with you guys when I have my makeup on. Okay, fit check, night 2. I got the sparkly dress on. What you can't tell from that fit check is that I'm covered in glitter and I have a lot of makeup on. I'm going to freeze my little legs off, I think. Heading back to Beale Street for night 2. I am cold and I am not in walking shoes, but we look good. That's all that matters. Oh, thank God my ride's here.
Keep this blues party rolling, you guys. Representing the Colorado Blues Society, this is Reckless and Blue. Show some love, Alfred. That's Reckless and Blue. We represent the Colorado Blues Society.
Alright, it is now Friday, so I'm going to do a little recap of Thursday. So Thursday morning, I was able to sleep in, thankfully, because Wednesday morning I got up at like 6 a.m. for no reason, and then I could not hang for the late night jams, so I went to bed. So got to sleep in so I could rally a little bit more for last night. Went to Beale Street to check out a Women in Blues showcase, which was like every 20 minutes there was a different female-led band or female solo artist or all-female band playing, and it was kind of a networking event slash showcase, so met a bunch of really cool women in the space and just got really inspired to get back out there and get more involved in my community and got some really good ideas for different like networking ideas and outreach things and just lots of cool stuff going on. So did that, came back, got ready, and headed back to Alfred's for the second night of quarterfinals. Stopped at BB King's after we checked in to hear there was a band from Korea that I'm so fascinated by these people who are coming from so far away to perform in Memphis. So got to hear a band from South Korea. One of the bands in our room is from Australia, so like it's truly the International Blues Challenge. That's what it's called, Sophie. Anyway. We performed at 8:30. We walked over to Wet Willie's next door afterwards to hear Doc Brown Band, which is the other band that Colorado sent. There's two blues societies in Colorado. There's the Mile High Blues Society and the Colorado Blues Society. So we were representing the Colorado Blues Society, and the Doc Brown Band was the one that Mile High sent. So supported their set, and then as soon as their set was over, we ran down to the tap room to support Mad Dog, who was playing solo harmonica. He was sent by also the Colorado Blues Society as our solo guy. So heard him do his solo blues harmonica set. A couple of us went back to Alfred's then to hear the rest of the bands play. And then after everybody played, there was an open jam for a little bit, and then they announced who made it to the semifinals. And unfortunately, we did not make it to the semifinals, but I'm feeling okay with that. I'm so honored to have gotten to play on Beale Street in a blues band. Like I'm literally just happy to be here, you know, and there's so many talented bands and just inspiration everywhere you look, and I've met so many awesome people, and I'm here until Sunday, so I'm going to continue going out and supporting other bands and meeting more awesome people. So I'm really just treating this as like, I'm going to take as much from this experience as I can. So congratulations to the bands who made it to the semifinals. I can't wait to hear all of you guys. And, well, I can't hear all of you guys because there's multiple venues, but as many of you guys as I can. And what else? Definitely gonna have a cocktail tonight because I have not been imbibing in case I had to have my voice be in really good shape. But now I can have a little party night. So anyway, I'm probably not going to vlog the next 2 days of technically IBC because I will just be networking and watching other musicians, and I don't know how much of that you guys want to see. So thank you for joining me on my quarterfinals adventure with Reckless and Blue at International Blues Challenge in Memphis, and who knows, maybe I'll be back next year in some capacity. We'll manifest that. All right, see you guys.